Today on Quick Hitters, we're going to learn how to play Funk 49 by the James Gang. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to play Funk 49 by the James Gang. The James Gang, of course, is Joe Walsh's band prior to him joining the Eagles, and this is a great song. Funk 49's got a really catchy riff, and there's some neat techniques involved with it that I think would be beneficial to everybody. Plus, this is a great tune to add as a cover song if you got a band, or just if you're jamming alone in your bedroom. There's some really neat stuff to learn in this thing. So let's take a little bit of a deeper look at it. Funk 49 was written in 1969. It was released in 1970. It reached number 59 on Billboard's top 100 list. It was written by Joe Walsh, Jim Fox, and Dale Peters, which were, the three-piece known as the James Gang. It was off the James Gang Rides Again album. That was their second album. Their first album, I believe, was called Your Album. And believe it or not, there was a song called Funk 48. I had no idea. I researched some of this stuff before I do these quick hitter videos, and Funk 49 is basically a follow-up. It's a sequel to Funk 48, and Funk 48 is pretty much the same song with just a little bit different groove. So anyway, the lyrics of this song are very basic. So if you're just a guitar player and you want to sing a song with your band and get up there and belt something out, this is a great song. There's very few lyrics and easy to memorize. Or they'll just fit on one sheet of paper for you, so you can jam the song and belt it out just like Joe Walsh. So he played a 1953 to 59 Telecaster on this. He had it wired modern pickup wiring, and he played through a 64 to 67 blackface Fender Champ. So today I'm running through my Fender 1976 Silverface Champ, which I'm trying to replicate the sound as best I can. We're running it into Pro Tools. I've put just a little bit of reverb and compression on it just to soften it up a bit, and I put my OCD pedal in front of it, just a touch to give it a little bit of breakup. Joe's Champ in the studio had a lot more gain to it than my Champ can do, so I'm thinking maybe he ran some kind of pedal in front of it, but rumor has it that he didn't run any effects. So I've got my Fender Champ here. It's a 76 Silverface. This is the closest thing I've got to replicate the James Gang tone. I'm going to add just a little bit of gain to it with this OCD. This is a fake OCD pedal, but it sounds great. I'm going to add a little bit of gain with the OCD. Give it just a little bit of that grit that Joe Walsh has on this tune. So I think I've got it dialed in pretty good. We're going to run it into Pro Tools. Run a little compression and reverb in Pro Tools, just a touch, to even it out a bit, and it should sound pretty good. I've got my Parts Telecaster here. This Parts Telecaster I chose for today that I built has bare knuckle flat 52 pickups in it, so I thought this would be the closest replication to the sound. So let's take a look at this riff. There's an introduction solo, like a little lead that he does. But I'm going to show you the main. I'm going to show you the main lick first, and then I'm going to show you the solo in the beginning, and then there's the little melodic breakdown parts. Okay? So the song is in A major. So what we're going to wind up doing is we're going to be playing up here in this A shape. One thing to understand on the fundamentals of this song is this is in A major mixolydian, which basically means he's mixing major and minor tones within the song. So he takes minor and he's turning it into a major. So the way we do that is we take the minor third and we make it a major third. Kind of like if you take an A minor down here and then make it an A major. We're taking an A minor chord and we're going to make it major, right? But he doesn't play the whole chord box shape like this. So what he's doing is he's doing a pedal tone on the A, and he's sliding from that minor to a major. And then we go to a D, and then back to an A. So this whole verse is based off of A to D. So we're going A, D, then D. So think of it that way. Now you got to put those little Joe Walsh idiosyncrasies into it, and it sounds like this. Okay, so what we're doing there, I'll play it one more time. So an integral part of this song are slides and pick scrapes, rakes like that, okay? So the first part, what we're doing is we're playing a low A, and we're playing on the G string, on the 5th fret, this minor, this C. All right, and then we're gonna change it to a C sharp. And I'm taking my hand and I'm putting my thumb lightly over the E string, because I'm digging in. I'm just digging in on all the strings, because it gives it that punchy attitude sound, and we're doing it like that. And I'm not playing this D string. I'm just playing open A and this C to C sharp. This is really tricky because what I'm doing is I'm muting this D string with the very tip of my pointer finger. So it's really not being played. You could go, but I think what Joe's doing is he's going just two notes. And what I'm doing there is I'm taking my ring finger and I'm playing this D major chord. But I'm just playing the D, G, and B string on the 7th fret. Like that. So you got to get that part down. And then we got to add the... So that's in between each one. And then this part goes... So what I'm doing there is I slide up with my pointer finger on the D chord. We played it like this earlier, but I'm going to play it with my pointer finger now. So what we're doing there is it goes from D to a G. So that chord shape is D, and then this chord shape here, we're on the D string on the 9th fret, the G string on the 7th fret, and the B string on the 8th fret. So it sounds like this. And that's basically a G chord, but it's up here. But we're going... You hear this a lot in 60s music and 70s music, a lot of classic rock, like, the Stones, Start Me Up. Eddie Van Halen loved it. He did a lot of stuff like... That's a great shape to know. That little... So I digress. Let's go back to the lesson. And then... So we go... That little part right there goes... And if you get that down, you've got the entire riff. Slow motion. and you got to put a lot of attitude into it. Okay, so then there's this little interlude part that goes. So what we're doing there is we're taking the A minor pentatonic scale, but we're only playing the bottom half of it. And we're starting on this A on the D string on the 7th fret. We go, and I'm pulling off. I'm going, and I pick the rest of it, and I'm going to go down to this G up to this A. The first time he plays the A chord after he does the lick, so it goes and slide down, then go. He plays that riff 4 times. Chord. And then we're going to slide up 2 frets and do the exact same thing, but it's a B minor pentatonic. B chord. And we do a little stinger, a little punch on that, the Jimi Hendrix E chord there. So that last part goes. That's how it goes. Back to the beginning. You can put a little bit of vibrato in there, like. As you get more comfortable. Okay, in the very beginning, there's this little solo that starts the song that's got total Joe Walsh attitude. And basically, it's just an A minor pentatonic type shape. It goes. So what we're doing there is it goes, which is that blues lick that everybody learns. So we're going to bend up on the G string on the 7th fret. We're going to bend up 1 whole step so it matches that tone there. And while we're holding it, we're going to take our pinky and we're going to play on the 8th fret on the B string. And then release that note, put a little vibrato on it. Joe Walsh liked to really make notes bite. What I mean by that, he'd go. Telecasters really have that sound. I think he was totally playing off the tone he was getting out of the Tele and that Fender Champ, just digging it. And then he goes. So what we did there is we go. He does four notes. He bends this G string on the 7th fret. He bends it up a step. And what I'm doing there is I'm chicken picking kind of on that low A string. And then as we bend down, we do 4 notes. And we're going to go. When we hit that low A, we're right into the So up to speed. One more time. All right, so there you go, Funk 49 by the James Gang. I hope this lesson was informative and that you enjoyed it and learned some new techniques. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing and comment below. And as always, have a great day. Peace out.